It was just one of the many moments on this show where we really get to do the things that we wish we could do in real life.
First, congratulations on Loot season 3. It's really enjoyable. And Maya, I want to go to you first and ask you a little bit about Molly coming into her own, in her wealth and who she really is in terms of helping out other folks. And she has this great moment that I think is so important, especially in a comedy. I don't want to give too much away, but she gets to call out a colonialist and a homophobe and say those words out loud in this comedy. And I think that's really important. Would you touch on that?
Yeah. Let me ask a quick question. When do I call out the colonialist? Oh, yeah. Thank you. I was like, when do I do that, Joel? I really love that episode, actually. Even when we were filming it, just to get to really lay into the, oh God, those kinds of reactions to someone being just so absolutely terrible and saying the most vile and disgusting things. And I kind of remember when we were filming it thinking, God, this is fun, because they're the reactions you wish you could give audibly and visually. And it was kind of like a little bit of a revenge fantasy of sitting there going, oh boy, please, like, may I please continue? Please don't. That kind of thing where like you wish you'd said all of those things when someone's so absolutely terrible. It was just one of the many moments on this show where we really get to do the things that we wish we could do in real life. And just pushing it a little bit further into the absurd to laugh at how ridiculous things are.
Yeah, because it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And Joel, I love that Loot, centers gay and trans actors in roles of characters that are fully realized. And then I wonder, would you just talk about what it means to you you're not playing a sidekick. Nicholas has his full arc. And yet we get to have these people who are queer people in either queer or non-queer roles, but I think it's super important. Would you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the most important thing to me about playing Nicholas is, obviously there are, dimensions to his character that could be seen as a little tropey. But I think that especially I'm so grateful that we've made it to season 3 because there's depth to some of those tropes now. I think you see, he might be a sassy gay assistant in somebody's definition, but I think if you watch the entire show and you get to season 3, you see why he's that way. And I think that's the question that goes unanswered with a lot of those characters that we see that are very one-dimensional, is we never understand why they are the way they are. And I think the writers and the show has done such a beautiful job of fleshing out who Nicholas is, why he is as prickly as he is, or sassy as he is, and why he has those walls up. And I think, as we've discovered why he has the walls up, it's just as equally as interesting to see what happens when those walls come down. And to get to play a queer character that is sort of never really the butt of the joke, but is sort of making the joke himself is really, it's something that I think young me would have been really gratified to see on television.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And Maya, would you talk a little bit about Molly's relationship with Nicholas? He's the assistant, but there's real love there and a kind of intimacy. Would you talk about building that relationship with Joel?
There really is a true love between the two of them, and a love that we really explore this season, the origins of that, and what you've come to know about them individually. I think it was just such a wonderful thing to be able to do 3 seasons in, because you've gotten to know these characters and you know what makes them tick, and you already have a sense of them, but then you really, especially for my character, for Molly, we start out with her going through a divorce, but now we're really learning about this foundational relationship that she had where someone really saw her and was there for her all along throughout all of it. And I love that that relationship has its ups and downs throughout the season, but it really is here to stay. And it doesn't look like anything else in her life or in my life. And yet there's something so loving and beautiful about someone who sees you for who you are and really does show up for you and would do anything for you. And they've been through it all together. And I don't think there's much the other one doesn't know about, they don't know about each other, but I love their love for each other. And I love that it's a true love